So Alabama, they passed that strict abortion law, right? I know. And it's because Alabama loves children, which is why they're last in education. Because they love children. Here's Brian Williams talking about it.
Alabama's new abortion law, the strictest in our country, is setting up a direct challenge to Roe versus Wade in the Supreme Court. That's what it was designed to do. Just tonight, Governor Kay Ivey signed into law this ban on abortions at all stages of pregnancy. The only exception here is if the mother's life is in jeopardy. It's similar to new bills.
First of all, I love that a woman signed this into right. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm fine with more women in public office as long as their office has access to the 21st century. I mean, obviously, gender makes no difference. I mean, if men shouldn't be making decisions on women's bodies, women whose vaginas are no longer working shouldn't be making decisions on vaginas that still work. Well, there's more to this. Hang on.
Georgia, Ohio, Mississippi, Kentucky, except it goes further. This law does not include exceptions for rape and incest and carries a felony charge for doctors punishable by a sentence of up to 99 years in prison. Let's be frank and put this another way. A rapist in Alabama would get a lighter prison sentence than the doctor called upon to end an unwanted pregnancy that might result from that rape.
Okay, so to recap, in Alabama, you're allowed to have a banjo on your knee and a rapist between your knees. How about this? The governor of Alabama has shattered two myths. First, that what America needs are more women in public office. And second, all lives are precious. I didn't get that joke either. All right. There's more. Here we go.
Now be challenged in court, which is ultimately the point.
Okay, so that, and by the way, it was there's 25 men, right, white men who voted on this, right? 25 men decided on the governor's vagina. 25 men get to tell women what to do with their vagina. Who the fuck are these guys? I mean, I can't even order for my wife in a restaurant. These guys are telling them what to do with their vaginas.
Can you imagine how men would react if a bunch of women in power decided what we could or could not do with our dicks? Could you imagine the male response to that? Like, could you fucking imagine that shit?
I've got a few ideas.
Well, I don't know who said this, but somebody said if men could get pregnant, abortion would be a sacrament. Right? I'm confused. Does this make a pap smear a misdemeanor?
I think so.
So in Alabama, the doctor's the bad guy and the rapist is a good guy. Isn't that something? I guess I know where Harvey Weinstein's buying his summer home. Am I right? Am I right? Come on. I wrote that joke on the fly. Thank you.
What was that move? I love that. That was a home run walk-off move. That was fantastic.
I don't think the previous governor of Alabama would have signed that.
Oh, Haley Barbour?
I don't think, first of all, that bill is slightly extreme. Okay, you can't have that bill in there legalizing abortion law indicates both right and is this. You can't have both of them. In the spirit of compromise, you got to choose one. I'm a reach across the aisle type of guy. I always have beard. Especially when I was the head of the Republican Democrat caucus. So I personally, I don't know, whatever the current governor of Alabama wants to do, that's fine. But when I personally was in office, I would have had grave problems with this bill, at least as far as it was written. That's half of the bill. Ain't just half of the bill. And also, I'm glad you guys know who the fuck I'm talking about right now, because it'll be a weird Barbour show. Y'all didn't.
That's the most articulate argument I think I've ever heard.
I hate you.
So that was fantastic. This is such a bad law in Alabama that Pat Robertson is against it.
That's crazy.
You think I'm kidding? You think I'm kidding? Here we go.
I think Alabama has gone too far. They've passed a law that would give a 99-year prison sentence to people who could commit abortion.
And take it from a guy who knows exactly how long 99 years can be.
There's no exception for rape or incest. It's an extreme law, and they want to challenge Roe versus Wade. But my humble view is that this is not the case we want to bring to the Supreme Court, because I think this one will lose.
That sounds like a guy who used the back door to the abortion clinic, if you know what I'm saying. So here is, this is kind of a crazy, so this is the debate that they were having on the floor of the legislature in Alabama, and this is just nuts. Watch this.
Does the bill make exception for patients who are victim of rape? And of course, I kind of know the answer. Can you tell me why it doesn't?
It allows for anything that's available today is still available up until that woman knows she's pregnant.
So you can get an abortion as long as you don't know you're pregnant. So basically you got to go to an abortion clinic, you know, on the regular every week. And you go, hey, can you check and see if I'm pregnant? Don't tell me. And if I am, abort it and then tell me after. And we're going to do this every Friday for the rest of my life.
You know, there is
And then
a
you
way.
go-
I'm sorry. There is a way around it. It's called the morning after pill. Nobody's gonna know when you pop it, ladies. Am I right?
No, but the problem is that women don't know they're pregnant until sometimes, like, they're already 6 weeks pregnant, right? So, as somebody pointed out, that this bill makes it illegal for an abortion after 6 weeks, and after 6 weeks, somebody said that's just, you missed your period. That's all that is, right? Am I wrong about this?
You're correct, Jimmy.
Mike, did you want to say something?
I was going to say it. I forgot what it was, but as far as that goes, I mean, you should know at 6 weeks whether you're, I assume you should know whether you're pregnant or not. I play the bad guy on the show. It's okay, you don't have to like what I'm saying. I'm doing a character. We got to get used to that right off the bat.
So here's what Rachel Maddow had to say about it. Here we go.
That total ban on abortion in Alabama passed the Senate last night. Tonight, the state's Republican governor signed it into law. This is the strictest abortion ban to pass the state legislature. But it's not just happening in Alabama. It is happening all over the country, in all the states where Republicans have full control. This is what Republicans are doing with their control of state government, right? Including Alabama, we've got radical, restrictive abortion bans passing at least one chamber of the state legislature so far in already 11 of the 22 states under Republican control, plus one more in Montana, where Republicans control the legislature, but there is a Democratic governor, that Democratic governor, Steve Bullock, who vetoed one of these anti-abortion bills in his state just last week. He's going to be here in just a moment to talk about his presidential bid.
So,
Another one?
but the point of this video is, yeah, so this is what the Republicans are doing, and this is so horrible and backwards in 19th century, and guess what? The Democrats fucking lose to those people. That's how shitty the Democrats are, that they're losing to these pieces of shit. Because the people who want to take your rights away, they have somebody to vote for. But the people who want to expand Social Security and get rid of the surveillance state and make sure you have a living wage and end the fucking wars, we got nobody to fucking vote for. That's what I took away from that Rachel Maddow video. That's what I took away from that. It's like the Democrat, and she doesn't go, and how the fuck we're losing to these people? She doesn't like, yeah, maybe offer people something. I'm sorry, Graham?
Well, I think she happened to leave out the fact that the chairwoman of the DCCC, Cheri Bustos, is having a fundraiser for anti-abortion Congressman Dan Lipinski in Chicago. It's $1,000 to get in. She is publicly, I'm pro-choice. The DCCC's Twitter account says, oh, we can't allow this to happen in Alabama and Georgia, and then is having a fucking fundraiser for a goddamn pro-lifer. And just because he's a Democrat. And she heard the statement from her fucking office was like, well, we just have to beat the Republicans, so we're going to support any Democrat. You're supporting a fucking Republican who happens to have a D in front of their fucking name.
And by the way, Dan Lipinski, that's my neighborhood where I grew up in Chicago. Lipinski, his dad was my alderman, and then he became our congressman, and then he handed it off to his son because, you know, we have democracy. So that's a great point, by the way. So the chairwoman of the DCCC is now supporting a anti-abortion Democrat for Congress. So all that all that shit where they go, oh, Trump is horrible, they're just as fucking horrible, and they'll support people that are just as horrible, and now you know why we live in the world we live in.
It's June 6th at the Chicago Cut Steakhouse. Cheapest ticket, $1,000. A patron is $2,900, and a sponsor is $5,600. How many abortions for women who couldn't afford them would that fucking pay for? You greedy cocksuckers.
Yeah.
Fuck your fucking resistance, you bullshit, fake ass progressive pieces of shit. Sorry, I got a little fumbled up here. I had some. You guys put peppers in everything.
Don't resist the resistance. Oh, that's the one rule we have.
Hey, we just added St. Louis and Honolulu to our live tour schedule. Go to jimmydorecomedy.com for a link for all the tickets for all our live shows. We might be coming to your town. Go check right now at jimmydorecomedy.com. And if you like the show and want to support it, become a premium member. You can become a patron or through PayPal, or go right to jimmydorecomedy.com and become a premium member. That's the best way. We'll see you at a live show.